West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
A beautiful evening to you who is catching us wherever you are this evening, this chilly evening here in Arua. I don't know how the weather is other ends, but thank you for joining us on today's episode with me, Lillian Ayot, every Saturdays from 8 to 10. And now today we've been interrupted a bit to bring a very important message about the census, which you're all aware about. Everyone needs to be counted, and the days are drawing in near, so make sure if you're not home, you find your way home to the village, because I believe that day is going to be a public holiday. Everyone has to be home. And thank you very much. You can be a part of this show, as we say, every Saturdays. All you have to do is go to our YouTube channel, like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment what you think about today's topic of discussion. And good news, we are back on Star Times. For those of you who have been asking, still the same channel, channel 477 is where you can watch us here on West Nile TV, and also on our YouTube channel, where you can share with your friends, and we exchange ideas about our various topics of discussion. And now if you have noticed, today we only have one guest in the studio, and we are going to have a very interesting discussion here. There'll be something we've not done in a while, but today we're taking it from a different angle. We have I know most of you have heard about Gifts by Lizzie, and this is the beautiful lady right behind the idea of that beautiful business. Thanks to her, most people in a row were able to receive, fresh flowers on Valentine's Day. So before, people would put flowers on the bus from Kampala to Arua and all that, but now we have it here, and today she is going to share her story of how she came up with that business idea. And now, one challenge that we face here in the entire country, I don't know if it's global, but we still continue to face in this country, is the problem of unemployment. So every young people out there is shouting, screaming, we have studies, we have degrees, bachelors, we're not getting jobs. I have a master's degree, I'm not getting a job. We keep on ranting about the same thing time and again. Every year people are graduating from different universities in thousands, and the available jobs are not enough to serve all the people going out every year. So if you're sitting out there waiting to get a white collar job at the comfort of your home, or maybe you are moving, sending applications, about people complaining, every month I send like 10 applications, I'm not being called for interviews, or I'm called and I don't get the job, I am tired, and all that. Some have jobs and still feel the working conditions are not okay, but there's a lot going on. But now we are saying there is a way, apart from just sitting there or maybe complaining about not having a job. When you have something that is very important that you can put to use, and that is your brain, you can put it to work and maybe come up with something like a business idea, get to do something, forget about the employment out there, and create, self-employ yourself. All you have to do is come up with a very tiny idea like this, and then actualize it and watch your life change as you become financially, independent. You start catering for your own basic need, and then you stop, most importantly, you stop competing for the scarce job that is out there in the world. And ladies and gentlemen, before we go any further, let's get to know our beautiful guest here today in the studio. You're most welcome for joining us here in West Nile TV, specifically on The Real Talk with me this evening. We appreciate your presence. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Lillian. My name is Nita Liz. I am the brain behind Gifts by Lizzie, and the business is yet young, but thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Liz. In the shortest period of time, I started hearing about this thing in Feb. I don't know. All of a sudden, the whole of Arua, social media was blown. People's statuses, Gifts by Lizzie. But before, we didn't hear this. But you just popped out of the blue and then took over everything. I don't know if the other gift stores in this city, they must have suffered. I don't know how you did it, but before we go into that detail, I know there is someone out there asking themselves, oh my God, how did she do it? How did she come up with that business idea? What pushed her into doing this? How can I do the same? Well, before that, we would like to hear what inspired you to start that business.
What inspired me is the fact that there are actually no jobs. I graduated earlier this year in January, and but by the time I was leaving campus, I did not think I needed to sit at home and do nothing. So it was either you come up with something that is very unique and you identify a market gap. I studied a business program in MUBS, and it was business administration. And they taught us a lot of things, and you cannot put all of those things into practice, but one way or another, each of those classes was unique in its own way. And if you're a business person, you're passionate about business, just go to MUBS. You will not regret it. But aside from that, I started in December. I came back home, and I was intrigued. There was nobody doing anything like that. If you wanted something like that, you definitely had to order it from Kampala. And how long are we going to keep? And these days, you don't even know whom you're ordering from. And by the time your gifts reach, either they are broken or something is just wrong. And I did a test. I ordered for a wristwatch, and I told this person it was a gift. And it had to be given to that person the following day at noon. And the things didn't reach here at noon. And that was where the whole idea came from. I reached out to a few friends, did a few bit of research, and then realized that that is actually what has been going on for a while now. So social media is not a joke. And I put out a few flyers. I did a lot of the flyers I've done them on my own. And I put out a few flyers, and I was getting this huge number of people telling me, when are you starting? When are you starting? I want this, I want this. And that's how I started. And now I'm glad I'm sitting here and I can be able to talk about it.
Okay, that is very inspirational. I know someone is touched there. I'm already feeling, I don't know, I want to start a business already. But a lot of people are out there sitting. There are people who actually want to start a business, but they do not have a business idea. Or maybe they do have, there are those who have a business idea, but totally have no idea how to actualize it, how to start that business. So what are some of the business ideas that you can start at a low cost? Because someone is sitting out there thinking, I need maybe 1 million, 2 million to start a business. What does it take for someone to, okay, first of all, how do you come up with a business idea, and then what does it take to actualize this business idea?
First of all, you have to identify a gap in the market. Usually a lot of these products, either you're selling a lifestyle or you're selling a particular thing that everybody needs. So for the Apple Watches, the Apple phones, the iPhones, these people sell a lifestyle and an experience. So if you want to sell an experience, I've seen Afro Branch and they sell an experience, and it is a business. So that's why it happens once in a while. So for starters, you need to know what you want to sell, and then you need to identify which product would suit that particular experience or what you're selling. So when you identify that gap, and you know at the end of the day you want to make money out of it, because you're not going to start a business and not want to make profits. That is a lie. So you need to identify the market, identify that gap, and then be able to sell something from that gap. So for me, it was the fresh flowers. My entire business, I would say, is capitalized on that. I capitalized so much on that to ensure that every person, anyone can get fresh flowers in a row at any time of their choice. So that was the gap I saw. There are a lot of shops here, but they are not selling what I sell. And then eventually when you work with me, I sell to you the experience. So it is just not about waking up one morning and saying, okay, I want to do this. Are you passionate about it? Are you inspired? Are you going to be proud to say, okay, I sell boyfriend jeans and I like what I do. I can sell it to anyone, because you can talk about your business to just anyone, even in church. I can proudly talk about my business even in church, or even when you're out at the club, or you're eating, you're for brunch with your girls. Anywhere, you can easily talk about your business. So you don't need a lot of money also to start a business. So for anybody sitting at home, the first thing, yesterday I was for Chambers, Lillian. I don't know if you had.
Oh, I missed it a bit.
Yes. So, and I was telling them that you need to monetize your hobby. The ladies that can cook, oh my God, their food is so wonderful. And you just need to buy a few ingredients, and you're selling this online. There are offices where there's no food. How passionate are you to just start with going to this person, I sell this and this and this. So it starts with that. Then eventually you're able to expand and grow from there.
Okay, I believe someone has picked a point or two from what she has said. That's very important. I love the bit where you say you should monetize your passion. So what are you passionate about? I know people who love bags. I mean, you can buy all those bags, but you can also use that. You know, every time you buy yourself a bag, you can buy one that you sell out to someone. You know, that is how small we start. But most importantly, you have to identify the thing that you love doing. Otherwise, you may start a business. If you don't like it, then at the end of it, it just collapses, because you cannot sustain the business. Liz, now we come to this point. Most people are afraid of competition. You know, now you have a flower shop, you have this gift thing, and then there are other shops that are already known. I mean, there's a lot of competition. So how do you navigate the market? How do you position yourself in a way that people leave, customers leave all those shops and come to your shop?
Competition is there. Have you had an experience where you go to buy maybe chicken and you have person A selling chicken, person B selling chicken, but they all taste different? And how the person B welcomes you is also different. Their area where they clean is also different. So it's the same thing for me. I would not want to say that gift shop A or gift shop B doesn't do anything. They're not even the best in. Actually, competition is so good. It makes you become better. So, first of all, it's the customer care. When you come to my shop is at Concord, B210. When you come to my shop, the atmosphere just wants you to sit and enjoy the breeze. And I have a very lovely girl there who attends to that shop every day. And we stopped selling products only. We started selling an experience. Just sitting there alone, taking a few pictures because it's picture friendly. I made it in a way that it's picture friendly. You can go there and make a video of your choice. It's an amazing place to sit. So if you posted that on your social media, and people are going to ask you, where is this place? Where is this place? And just coming there and knowing that this is what goes on there is just enough for me, because I know at the end of the day, if you needed something, any gift, you're going to reach out to me because you have been where the whole cooking happens. I would say cooking in quotes, but the whole cooking happens. So I do not fear competition. Actually, I would want another person to come up with some similar idea like this. Maybe I will be able to be challenged to be better.
Okay. Interesting, having a positive attitude. That's a good one coming from, one thing you've kept on mentioning is social media. We see how social media can be a very good marketing tool for your business, and also a tool that can easily kill your business.
That's
so
true.
How can someone use digital marketing or social media to promote and market their business better?
First of all, you need to get onto a social media page that you're very familiar with. And there's so much going on that your products or whatever you're advertising can actually get lost in all these things. Somebody is selling something all the time. So your products can actually get lost. Firstly, you need to get to a page or a platform that you used to, that you know very well.
What's your favorite social media handle that you use for marketing?
TikTok.
That's where the content gets lost the most.
But I realized WhatsApp also is a very good platform because you're sharing to people that know you at least at a personal level. So it's easy for them to recommend you to another person. While on TikTok, it has very many people.
Yeah, a wide audience.
Yes,
reach.
but they are not. They don't know you at a personal level. So it becomes a little bit difficult for you to sell something to them. Facebook, yes, but I don't remember the last time I actually logged onto Facebook. I won't lie. But if you get onto a platform that you know very well, it becomes very easy for you to navigate. That means you can take a video of your product and post it in a place that you know. Instagram, yes, but Instagram is very tricky. It's also one of those platforms where your products can also get lost. So for now, we capitalize so much on WhatsApp and TikTok because TikTok, it's all about the trends for you to stay up there.
Okay.
Yes.
One of the things that people do, like TikTok has become a very good tool for marketing. We see people, boutiques. I know this Lady Bird is one boutique that is an online boutique. I don't know. It's in Kampala, but people get to order from the different parts of the country. Now, it's I believe it's about packaging when it comes to social media or online marketing. It's about packaging. But then there are people out there who have very good businesses, but when it comes to packaging, that their products, maybe how to put it, to sell it, to market it, someone is doing a voiceover and you are looking at a product, and some people get turned off by the voice. Okay, just generally how you package you know, not just the physical packaging, you know, how you package your product to a customer out there. You could just give us some tips on how to do that.
Number one, you have to have a relatable product. For starters, you could be selling earrings, and probably the music you're using has absolutely nothing to do with earrings. Or the voiceover you're doing has a lot of feedback from the back, and it's difficult for somebody to actually pay attention to your video. So capitalize on giving out content that is relatable. You can be selling pants, you can be selling shoes, bags, anything. But as long as somebody cannot have that, cannot feel like I need to buy this, it will be difficult. And secondly, the whole packaging thing is actually just an illusion. And if you play with it well, you get to make more sales. So I would give you an example of the iPhone. They make you feel like you cannot, if you have it, you're like the richest person, or you have money and stuff. But that is not it. They keep selling to you the experience of having wealth. So you have a lot of people who want to have it. So if you can create that want and desire for your product and package it in that way, you're good to go, you'll make money.
Want and desire. How important is understanding your audience, or maybe your customers? How important is that to a business?
It is very important, because then you will, if you're expanding your product line, that means if you were selling sweets, now you've gone to chocolates. You can only do that if you actually understand your customers, because if you don't, you will end up doing the wrong thing. Somebody might want to do business with you, but now you've gone to selling maybe beers or baby milk from sweets.
Okay.
So like that is a different market. Now you again have to go and capture that other market. Yet you already had customers here seated. So if you maybe you're selling sweets now, you've gone to chocolates. Then maybe when you start introducing juice, that means you needed to capture another person. But chocolate, sweets, juice, milk, these are literally like all in the same, the things that you can eat.
Products,
yes.
Yeah.
So understanding your customers helps you maintain them so that they stay with you in each journey of your business. Either if your business is growing or if it's declining, but we want our businesses to grow. So with the ones we already have, with the ones we want to retain, we have to understand them. Sometimes it's even good to ask them, okay, what do you think? What do you want? Yeah. And you're going to have interesting ideas. And as a creative person, business people are usually very creative. That is another way to make more money, just by asking them.
I'm just imagining someone starting a pork business, no offense, someone starting a pork business in a Muslim-dominated area. Like that would be
a wrong move.
So I learn to study your audience, their needs, the age. Yes. Those things matter a lot. So you cannot be selling a crop top in an area where you have, you know, people who are like 70s or 60s. They're not going to buy your product. So you just have to pay attention to those little details so as to see your business moving in the direction that you want it to go. And now we see one thing that people say, you know, being a self-employed person, and then we've seen people quit jobs where they're earning well and to start their own businesses because someone says that organization, the rules, you know, they don't treat employees well, they don't do this well. So someone quits a good paying job for some of those reasons to go do their job. So what are some of the benefits of being self-employed?
One of the benefits is you get to make your own decision. So that's a benefit, but also a disadvantage, because if you made the wrong decision, it's going to come back and bite you. But the benefit, you make your own decision. I am a very creative person, so now I can easily exist in my environment that I create. Another thing is you paid basically every day as long as you've sold something. So you do not have to wait up to the end of the month to earn that money. And sometimes you make more money. It depends on what exactly you're selling. You might make the money that you make at your workplace at the end of the month in like 2 days. So, and then you have time to do your own other things. I do not have that excuse of, oh, my boss is going to say A, B, C, and D, but you have time to do your own things. You can mentor and inspire other people to actually become self-employed because you have experience in that area. Oh, another importance of being self-employed is you get to experience certain things that if you were at work, you basically would not. That means you have more time to rest. If you want to go on a holiday and you have the money, you can actually go on a holiday. And you do not answer to anyone. You answer to yourself. That means if you're not, yes, and if you do not, if you're not well disciplined, that is where a lot of times we go wrong. But if you have discipline, you end up working even more times than you could possibly work when you are employed.
Okay, interesting right there. And I know after this talk someone is already contemplating putting things into place. For those who have had business ideas and now saying, how can I put this on ground? For those who had no idea and are thinking like, oh, what was I waiting for? I could easily do this. It's just as easy as that. Now, I know there are people out there who still don't have business ideas. What are some of those quick business ideas that someone can actually start? Doesn't require a lot of income. They're like easy to start up.
I'm going to give you a short story. When I was at campus, when I was at campus, I started a business. I was selling clothes. Reason being that people want to go out, but they don't have what to wear. And you're going to find a very nice top with a very nice cut, very cheaply, and you resell to this person. The top is amazing, and so it's not as expensive as if they went to a boutique and they're buying it like at 45, 65. And like I said, sell an experience. So that is what I was doing. If you're at campus, for now let me start with people at campus. If you're at campus, the life after campus is a little bit different. It doesn't favor, it doesn't know that you're young, you're old, but you need to start now. So the ideas I can give you, you can sell oil perfumes. Oil perfumes are the very, how can I say, you don't need a lot of capital. Even 50,000 is enough. You can start with one, and then you sell it, go to 2, go to 3 like that. You can sell clothes, and usually when you're going to pick from these people, those people at Owino, maybe those second-hand clothes, you can iron them, perfume them a bit, repackage them so you can make more money. And when I started that business, I started it with 50,000. And I made more money on like the first batch of clothes that I got. So you have to have a very good taste, you have to have a very good eye, you have to know what people want, and that's how you make money. You can sell bags for the girls. These small bags that girls love. I've seen girls that have. You can start with that. And there's so much more. You don't need millions of shillings actually to start a business. For the girls that can cook, that can bake, just start. what do you need? What are those things that you need? Get your 50,000, get your 10,000, just start. At the end of the day, your dedication and hard work will be noticed, and you will go far as compared to waiting for somebody to actually start it for you. And you can start with, I started with only doing gifts and selling flowers, but now I've moved on to selling the oil perfumes, the diffusers, the perfumes, body splashes. Very soon I'll start and introduce another product. I would love to mention it here, but now I can't because when I start it, maybe I'll bring a sample for you and you see. Okay. And it's amazing that you can do so much with just so little. Yes.
You can do so much with just so little. So all you have to do is think about what you can do, what you love doing, what you want to sell out to people. Is as simple as that. You know, the jobs are scarce. If we don't get on ground and do things for ourselves, we shall continue ranting about how we're not getting jobs. That's unemployment. True. It's that bad. It's the situation in the country. I don't know if it's global, but that is what we are facing. The government has limited jobs. You know, someone made a comment when people were looking through the list of people who were shortlisted on the district notice board, and then, you know, it's the name, your sub-county, your district, and then your qualification. And people were shocked to see guys who have masters applying as enumerators, and then someone is like, if this guy is applying as enumerator,
then us,
you know, then us, what is going on? You know, that is the situation. People have masters. I don't believe there's anyone with a PhD who is home, but you can still have your master, even your second masters, and still be unemployed. It takes a lot, you know, to make it out there for you to enter, to get a job somewhere. These days, it's not easy. People say connections, know who. Now, that is where the problem is. You can be qualified, but you can still fail to get a job even where you're qualified. So what do you do with your papers? People have negative attitude. For instance, we have a group of girls who call themselves slay queens. So they're not going to sit and be selling food. Trust me. She is not going to sit by the roadside and sell clothes, or maybe sell a business that people underlook. And that is a very big problem that people, you know, we young people, we have, because we tend to categorize some things as below our standards. Okay, you're unemployed and you have standards. Oh wow, someone would say, oh wow. And one other thing that people underlook is agriculture. You can't believe how much people are making out of agriculture, out of farming. You know, so Liz, that is a disease that we have among the young people, underlooking some of these things that we could possibly do. So what advice would you give to the young people out there who still feel the things they cannot do because it's below their standards?
First of all, you can make anything your standard. You can cook food. If you don't want to sit by the roadside, okay, cook the food from home. Buy the right packaging materials. And if you cannot, you can say, I'm going to sell to a particular group of people. My clients will be a particular, okay, since you've been exposed to very many people, that means you have a certain group of people you associate with. So you can sell your food to those people. So, firstly, you cannot start looking at the fact that something is below my standard. I've seen ladies that clean toilets and sweep the road, like they do really the most outrageous work. But at the end of the day, is this bringing food to your table? At the end of the day, are you taking your kids to school? If you fell sick, can you manage to take yourself to the hospital and get the medication you need? It's just usually the basic things. So now, if you're going to say it's below your standard, you're going to find somebody that wants to help you, but you have to do the most ridiculous things in order to earn that money. Yet, if you had started by like 6 months, 10 months from now, you're fully independent and you can fully do what you want to do. So the category of the people that call themselves slayers, I don't know, that term actually does not pay you as much as you think. Because at the end of the day, you're going to just be a burden to another human being. And then they are going to disrespect you, or they're never going to give you the money that you think you need when you need it. So it's better off to make, okay, if it's not your standard, make something that is your standard. Okay. But look for money. Let's look for money, that's all.
The keyword is look for money. I don't know which other word you've picked, but the keyword is look for money. Let's look for money in the right way. Of course, we need to sweat to get that money. It doesn't matter what people say about what you do. Hey, it's unbelievable how much people earn out there by just doing some things that you underlook. Maybe you've not paid attention just to know how much they earn. Maybe because they don't show you, but there's money out there. And anyway, as we conclude, please would you put out your last word, maybe how the young people can start moving away from the ideology of thinking I only need to get a white collar job for me to work, I cannot start a business for these reasons. Just as we conclude, your last words.
As young people, we actually have a lot of energy and strength. But somebody told me that sometimes somebody would want to start, but they do not have the right mentorship. And some people do not have the ideas, but if somebody told them or held their hand and said, okay, let's do this together, they can actually. But as young people, let's stop waiting. Like, we cannot keep waiting for things to get done for us. We cannot keep waiting for government to change or change this and this law for us to favor us. We cannot keep waiting for maybe COVID. Some people still blame COVID today. That the after effects of COVID.
It's been years.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Yes, let's move on. And let's just stop waiting. Wake up in the morning. You may not have the money right now, but get in touch with somebody that actually is doing something that you would want to learn, and start from there. You never know, you might get your blessing from there, or you might get your experience or skill from there. People don't want to volunteer. The issues of volunteering actually stop. But you can volunteer. Go to any organization that is maybe doing something that you'd want to do. You're passionate about children. Find organizations that are passionate about children. Tell them you just want to volunteer. So you learn and you're able to do that. And then another thing, the next big thing is going to be business. You're either learning to be a business person or you're learning to market for a business person. Marketing is changing. And the more you make the skill better, the better for you. And lastly is, let's just stop waiting. Like, there's no excuse anymore. Just stop waiting. If you're from a well-off family, get a capital from them. Or I would advise getting a loan, but when starting a business, please don't look at a loan. Start with the small you have. Start with your own money, such that you do not have the burden of paying a loan to another person. But thank you, Lillian. Thank you for having me. And we can maybe talk more when we do not have a timer.
Okay. Thank you so much, Liz, CEO Gifts by Lizzie. Thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing this inspirational story. I believe someone is out there who is thinking different right now, who is changed, who is willing to take a step, someone whose mindset has changed from what they used to have, and that's a beautiful thing. That's the beauty with being able to share. These days everything is on the internet. You don't need to, you don't need to do business administration to start a business. All you need is just an idea that you come up with. If you have no idea what kind of business to do, there are a lot of tutorials online, people creating content, those things, people like this, you go to them physically to learn how they have made it, how they did it, and how you can also come up with yours and make yours better. An important tool for your business today that you may want to explore is the digital marketing. Get onto those social media platforms and market your business, package your products, know your audience, reach out to your audience and sell your products to the right people. And that and more, the most important thing here is to have an idea and start. Don't wait. However little the money is, however small the idea is, please put it to use. Well, that is it for today's episode here on The Real Talk with me, Lillian Ayot. We shall meet again next Saturday from 8 to 10 p.m. Thank you for staying with us, and thank you so much, Liz, for taking your time to come here with us. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I know it's a weekend, but please, let's enjoy responsibly. See you again next Saturday. Don't forget, we are on Star Times channel 477, and you can also watch us on our YouTube channel. Have a very lovely evening. Ciao.